Hello, hi. This is a preview of the token efficiency query router. When you start your server, this is what you'll see basically. So this is the preview that you'll see. And you can see on the left panel over here, we have two sections. So the first one is the model tiers. Over here, it gives you a preview on the Fireworks hosted models that your router chooses in between. So as you can see in our example, the cheap model that we've chose is GPT OSS 120 billion parameter, and for escalation queries, it just routes the request to DeepSeek version 4 Pro. So for this hackathon, track one requires that every answer comes from a Fireworks hosted model, which is in the allowed models list that has been provided for you guys. So these are just environment variables that you will add in your env files. So below that we have our session totals. Basically, this is how many queries that we have sent in this particular in this particular uh, in this particular session. And the fine-tuned router total token session is basically what the session that has completed or finished running costs during a certain routing a particular decision. And for the prompt based baseline, so total tokens, this is basically what the same session would have cost if we'd asked an LLM, is this query easy or hard? So before every answer. And the token saved by fine tuning is basically the difference between these two particular scenarios. So the difference between the prompt based baseline and also the fine tuned router. So we are going to enter our first query, which is what is the capital city of France. Then we will click run through the router, and as you can see, it finishes our as you saw previously, it went through three steps. So the first step was the fine-tuned router. Then the next step was the prompt based baseline, and the final step was basically answering. So as you can see, our answer cost a total of 129 tokens, as you can see over here. And if you scroll down to tokens query, tokens per query for this particular session, you will see that each query that we run gets 1 bar, which is basically split into two segments. So we have a light blue bar over here, which is the fine-tuned router, and we have a dark blue bar over here, which is the prompt-based baseline. So it basically just shows the difference between the total cost of tokens when it passed through all those particular two routes. Then the other thing, if you come down below over here, you can see the total tokens that it spent on fine tune, and also the one that is spent on baseline tokens.